Before you take another breath, my friend, let me speak directly to the quiet truth many senior men have carried inside their hearts for years. A truth they rarely say aloud. A truth that women often never expect. Because what is happening inside the minds of older men today is not about bitterness, anger, or losing interest in love, but about awakening, clarity, and the deep realization that peace is more valuable than anything they once chased. What if I told you that the real reason senior men no longer care the way they used to has little to do with women at all and everything to do with what life has taught them about energy, emotion, and the meaning of inner balance? A younger man moves through relationships like a fire, burning fast, seeking approval, pursuing affection, believing that love will complete him. But an older man, especially after 50 or 60, becomes like still water, calm, reflective, no longer trying to impress, no longer needing external validation, no longer willing to trade his peace for temporary excitement. This shift does not happen overnight. It comes slowly through years of watching, learning, giving, sacrificing, and feeling unseen. Society teaches women to express their emotions, but teaches men to hide theirs. So senior men carry their disappointments quietly, their hurts silently, their lessons privately. They don't announce when they have had enough. They don't argue, complain, or demand recognition. Instead, like a monk who has learned to withdraw from noise, a senior man simply steps away from emotional chaos and moves toward the inner peace he long ignored. Many women do not realize this, but the moment a man reaches an age where he values mental stability more than romantic drama, his entire world changes. He no longer chases affection. He no longer tolerates disrespect. He no longer plays emotional games. He understands that peace is not a luxury, it is survival. And once a man discovers that life without conflict is unbelievably peaceful, he protects that peace with the same strength he once used to pursue love. In younger years, a man absorbs red flags because he thinks love means endurance. He tolerates mood swings, shifting expectations, emotional manipulation, and inconsistency because he believes patience is nobility. But a senior man, just like Master Shea teaches, sees through the illusions. He recognizes that what enters his life affects his spirit, and what disturbs his spirit must not be allowed to stay. He has walked long enough to know the difference between companionship and chaos. He knows that a relationship without respect becomes an emotional prison, and a connection without peace becomes a storm he no longer has the strength nor desire to weather. This is why so many senior men quietly detach. Not because they don't value women, but because they finally value themselves. They value their mornings without arguments, their evenings without tension, their days without feeling used, unseen, or unappreciated. They value simplicity, silence, stability, softness, appreciation, reciprocity, balance. These are not the desires of a tired man. These are the desires of a wise man who has lived long enough to understand his worth. And there is another truth, one deeper than most people realize. Many older men feel that modern relationships no longer honor the natural balance between masculine and feminine energy. Instead of harmony, they see competition. Instead of complementing each other, they see roles reversed, respect diluted, expectations increased. They see relationships where men are expected to provide, protect, lead, support, and sacrifice while receiving very little nurturing, softness, or loyalty in return. And because senior men have experienced life before these shifts, they know exactly what real partnership once felt like, and they can sense instantly when something is imbalanced. A wise man does not stay where he is not valued. A peaceful man does not remain where his soul is disturbed. A self-respecting man does not beg for appreciation. So he withdraws not with anger, but with acceptance. Not with resentment, but with clarity. Not because he has given up on love, but because he has finally awakened to the truth that at this stage in life, the greatest love a man can give is the love he gives to his own peace. And when a woman brings peace instead of chaos, respect instead of resistance, partnership instead of pressure, softness instead of storms, that man will open his heart again effortlessly. But until then, he walks his path quietly like the monk's master she describes, unmoved by noise, unattached to validation, grounded in wisdom, choosing inner balance over outer drama. This is the truth no one expected. But every senior man understands they did not stop caring about women. They simply started caring about themselves.